What is up today, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Now, what I have for you today is honestly a long-awaited video. Now, I haven't covered this player in quite a while, maybe 2 or 3 months at least. I'm talking about Derrick Rose, one of the biggest what-ifs in basketball. Unfortunately, his career got cut short because of injuries, which is a shame, and I never got to see him play. It sucks, but better late than never, I guess. Today, what I have for you is a video by the amazing Post 2K. Obviously, I'm going to leave the link to this video in the bio. Shout out to Post 2K. The man does and produces incredible videos. Just love his videos, man. So this one covers 2011 Derrick Rose, but it's titled 2011 Derrick Rose Could Walk on Water. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch this video. We're going to react to 2011 Derrick Rose because I haven't reacted or really looked into Derrick Rose for quite a while. We're going to look at his biography, see what teams he's played for, and what he's achieved in his career. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, let me know in the comments what other Derrick Rose highlights should I check out. Maybe another player, another event, let me know in the comments, and Discord link is in the bio. Don't forget to join that one. Let's get to watching.
It's Game 4 of the 2011 Eastern Conference Finals. The Miami Heat and their newly formed Big Three are facing off against the NBA's #1 seed Chicago Bulls, led by their young 22-year-old superstar. Well, actually, this isn't just any young superstar. This is Derrick Rose, in the midst of one of the most unforgettable seasons of this generation, highlighted by becoming the youngest MVP in the history of the league. And now, he's just 3 wins away from clinching an appearance in the NBA Finals. And entering this Game 4 on the road down 2-1, he went Super Saiyan. Rose elevated for a monster slam in the first quarter, then cocked back a two-handed rim rocker late in the second to send a jolt through his team.
That is so sick.
Miami, however, wasn't fazed by the kid's freakish athleticism. But maybe they should, because this is 2011 Derrick Rose.
It's not just any Derrick Rose. It's gonna be so cool, man. I'm so excited to watch this.
What kind of expectations do you set for yourself individually going into year 3?
It's high. The way I look at it within myself, why not? Why can't I be the MVP of the league? Why can't I be the best player in the league? I don't see why.
Why not? Those were the words spoken by Derrick Rose a month before the 2011 season was set to begin, questioning why he can't be the MVP and the best player in the league. The dude clearly had confidence, but I mean, come on. The MVP? Is he crazy? Those were the reactions around that quote, and rightfully so. Rose was entering just his 3rd season in the NBA at 22 years old, an age at which no player has ever won the MVP. Plus, the Bulls' record sat at 500 the past 2 years. To believe that he and his team could take such a leap was delusional, but I will give him the benefit of the doubt. The kid has shown flashes of greatness with his inconceivable athleticism and ability to finish around the rim. In fact, he was awarded the Rookie of the Year and became an All-Star in just his 2nd season.
That's crazy.
The signs of a future star were there, but I mean, an MVP at 22? There's no way.
You think so, right? Showtime! Where's my water?
The belief that Rose would win the MVP was a little comical. I mean, we weren't even sure if this guy was a top 5 point guard in the NBA.
Chris Paul, Steve Nash, Deron Williams, new name. This guy's a new name here right there. Chancey? I have no idea who this guy is. John Rondo. The name sounds familiar.
But in just his 2nd game of the season, he shut us up. D-Rose lit the United Center on fire with a career-high 39 points to go with 6 rebounds and 7 assists.
Shit.
He was clearly confident in himself, and it didn't waver at all through the first month of the season. He poured in 24 and 14 on the Knicks, popped off for 22 and 13 against a future MVP. He caught fire for back-to-back 33-point games, scorched the defending champs for 30, blitzed Phoenix for 35, 12 and 7,
God
and
damn.
then embarrassed the Kings for 37, 7 and 2. Oh, and that 2 stands for 2 broken ankles. The dude snapped Tyreek Evans' ankle so hard that he kept spinning like a Beyblade after he went down. It was
Spinning like a Beyblade. Oh, that's funny.
so hard that he kept spinning like a Beyblade after he went down. It was disgusting. Rose was flourishing into the superstar Chicago had been craving for years now. Ever since Jordan retired in '98, there weren't many bright spots as a Bulls fan. And now over a decade later, there was another freak athlete in a Chicago uniform, and it was absolute cinema.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on.
D. Rose had elevated his game to such a degree that he was actually being considered as the MVP early in the season. Maybe the kid wasn't so crazy after all. However, people were still skeptical that he'd be able to keep up this play throughout the season. But in his mind, there was no doubt that he was among the NBA's elite. He was like a rocket headed to the top, landing just in time for a masterclass against Houston.
Down the lane and at the top to his left, lost his dribble, got it back. Joe King. Rose.
3 points. Oh,
Big time players make big time plays. 109 at the buzzer.
Rose solidified his name in the MVP conversation against the Rockets, digging deep into his bag and pulling out 30 points, 7 boards, 11 dimes, 5 steals, and of course, a tough 3 going right at the buzzer to send the game.
that is insane, man. That is absolute insanity.
5 steals, and of course, a tough 3 going right at the buzzer to send the game to overtime, where the Bulls got the win. This dude was unreal. The win electrified Chicago as they went 12-2 over their next 14 games, as they launched themselves from 6th to 3rd in the East, headed into the new year, where D. Rose hit the gas.
Oh, shit. Just about to hit the
He
fan.
killed Philly for 27-9, poured in 36 on the Celtics, dropped 29, 5-7 on Detroit, then cranked up the heat on Miami for 34 points and 8 assists, including a monster 11-point fourth quarter in a 3-point win. Rose was absolutely scorching the league, with a play style no one had ever seen before. The dude's ability to finish around the rim was a joke. His control in the air and ability to contort his body was inhumane. On top of the fact that his passing was elite, his herky-jerky way of finding lanes to the rim was unheard of. His crossover could seriously be classified as a murder weapon, and we haven't even mentioned his greatest skill. D. Rose was a blur in transition. The dude can click it into another gear unlike anyone I can think of. One short speed burst and he was gone. It was like a Ferrari amongst minivans, and what really set him apart is that he can also do this.
Dude, this guy's a jack of all trades. He can just do it all. To explain it, he's built different.
That's Dang on the left side.
A 6'3" point guard that can do that was unheard of. Rose's nuclear athleticism made him absolutely electrifying night in and night out, as he was now officially stamped as one of the game's premier players. In February, it was announced that he'd be an all-star starter for the first time in his career, an unreal accomplishment for a dude who's in just his 3rd season in the NBA. So, upon hearing the news, D. Rose celebrated in a way that only he can.
How many points? Just tell me, how many points did he score?
Rose going in, gets the basket and a foul. Here's Rose battling in. Pretty move by Rose.
Oh shit, was that Manu? That was Manu, right?
Pretty move by
Spurs?
Rose. Battling in.
It is Ginobili.
Pretty move by Rose. Just don't score the fast break points as Rose gets on
He just popped off. He
Rose
popped
completely
off.
picked apart the #1 seeded Spurs with a career-high 42 points, including 13 in a clutch fourth quarter to seal their 38th win of the season. D. Rose was cooking headed into the All-Star break, where he returned laser-focused on that MVP. In his first game back, Rose lit up the Raptors for 32 and 10 dimes. Unfortunately, it wasn't a loss that got the Bulls fired up. Over their next 12 games, Chicago was blazing with an 11-1 record, including 8 straight wins headed into a matchup against Indiana, where D. Rose went berserk for 42 points. Yet this unreal performance wasn't another loss.
Seriously?
Pouring fuel onto their fire. The Bulls had an encore, going 11-1 over their next 12, which included 6 30-point games from the young superstar. Chicago had now unexpectedly reached the 60-win mark on the season, and many had Derrick Rose as their MVP headed down the final stretch.
LeBron himself has said that D. Rose should be the most valuable player this year. Hell yeah, man.
But nothing was guaranteed just yet. LeBron James and Dwight Howard were also having seasons worthy of the award.
Alright, so we got Mr. LeBron. Record 58 to 24. 26.7 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Rose, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Dwight, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 2 blocks.
Rose had to remove any doubt around his MVP case. And in the 81st game of the season at Madison Square Garden on national television, he did just that.
Yeah, that was 2 days after my birthday. Show him how it's done, Derrick. Show him how it's done.
D. Rose beat up on the Knicks for 26 points, but he did most of his damage on the Madison Square Garden rims. He took an elevator to throw down the lob in the first quarter, stuffed in a two-hander in the paint like he was Shaq, and for his final act, he soared for an acrobatic reverse slam with his head at the rim. The MVP race was over. Derrick Rose was named the league's most valuable player at 22 years old.
That's insane.
Becoming the youngest to ever receive the award. At a time where the NBA was stacked with guys like LeBron, Kobe, Dirk, and Wade, it was a 22-year-old Derrick Rose who literally...
That's just crazy competition there, man. Those players that were just named, they're no joke. They're no joke. And this guy won at 22. Mr. Derrick Rose.
Kobe, Dirk, and Wade, it was a 22-year-old Derrick Rose who literally rose above them all. The man lived up to his word, and the playoffs are going to show us what this kid is truly made of.
Yes, sir. Come on, let's see it. Let's see it.
To everyone's surprise, MVP D. Rose became a reality and headed into the postseason with a target on his back. He was about to evolve into playoff D. Rose.
Oh, man.
In other words, he was out for blood.
That block was nuts. That was nuts. Oh. Hold on. I gotta see that shit again, man. Oh, dude, that is not just any ordinary spin. That spin had like... Did you just see how fast he moved, man? It's that continuous movement that I keep mentioning. These players, the top, the absolute top of the players, continuous movement, there's no breaks. They don't put breaks. You know, I don't know if you have any wrestling fans here. It's like Jacob Fatu says, no breaks, all gas, no breaks. That's Derrick Rose. You gotta see that again. That is cooked. And I mean that in a good way.
In Game 1 against the 8th-seeded Indiana Pacers, Rose cooked up a 39-point, 6-rebound, 6-assist, and 3-block masterpiece. And then damn near one-upped himself in Game 2 with 36, 8, 7, and 2 steals. Playoff D Rose was here, which meant this series was over. The Bulls won Game 3 to go up 3-0, lost Game 4, then closed out the series at home to advance to Round 2.
Hell yeah.
The Avalanche continued against the Hawks with 24, 5, and 10 in Game 1, but it came in a loss. So Rose said, hey, I'll do it again, as he poured in 25, 6, 10, and 2 blocks to tie the series at 1 headed to Atlanta. With Chicago losing home court advantage, this was a crucial Game 3 that can change the entire trajectory of this series. So with high stakes, the MVP came to play, turning the road crowd into his own fans. I'm not even kidding.
Did you see the move by the MVP? Shot selection in Game 2. Rose all the way home.
Derek, like, you gotta put some respect on my name.
Derrick Rose again. Rose showing no bandaging on that hand. For a career playoff high. Bad looks, Mike. They're not getting good looks. Derrick Rose, most points he's had in his NBA career. 44 for Rose.
That's crazy.
The Atlanta crowd oohed and awed at every move Rose made on his way to a playoff career high 44 points. This guy's ability to find lanes and seemingly speed boost into them to score was, I don't even know, I'm speechless. His career performance gave the Bulls a 2-1 lead, but a Game 4 loss tied the series at 2 headed back to Chicago.
Please tell me they win.
D Rose time once again. He showed the Hawks how to fly with a huge 33-point, 10-assist night to go up 3-2, where they closed the series in a blowout win on the road to clinch their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hell yeah.
Where they'll be facing an absolute behemoth.
Oh man. What I would do to see this face off, Derrick Rose and LeBron. And Dwayne Wade.
This was a dream matchup headed into the playoffs. The Miami Heat's Big Three, led by LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, against the #1 seed Chicago Bulls and the MVP. It was two titans about to go to war against each other with a trip to the NBA Finals on the line.
Ah, that's my cat.
And in Game 1, D Rose and the Bulls made a statement. The MVP scorched the Heat for 28 points and 6 dimes, blowing the doors off Miami by 21 to take the lead in the series. 3 more wins, and they're finals bound. Game 2, however, wasn't so great. Chicago suffered a double-digit loss at home, and then Miami caught fire in Game 3 to take a commanding 2-1 series lead. Now on the verge of a dreadful 3-1 deficit, the MVP had to show up in Game 4.
Come on.
And he did.
Come on.
Early. D Rose set the tone as he soared through the air for a one-handed jam halfway through the first quarter. Then he did it again late in the second, flying down the lane, drawing the foul, and punching a two-handed tomahawk to tie the game at 40. And this is right about where we left off, right?
From the field, 17 for 39. What a move by Rose! Yes, and it counts over Joel Anthony.
Oh my God. 6'3" Derrick Rose completely blows up 6'9" Joel Anthony with a two-handed poster on his head, silencing the Miami crowd. It's seriously one of the greatest dunks you'll ever see. But unfortunately, that'd be the final bright spot for the Bulls.
Damn it.
Chicago went on to lose behind a rough 8 of 27 shooting performance from Rose to go down 3-1. And back on home soil in Game 5, we saw the same struggles from the MVP, putting up 25 points and 8 assists on just 8 of 29 from the field.
Damn.
It was bad. But by the grace of God, it's a one-possession game with 15 seconds left. A 3 can save their season. Rose scrambles to get the ball, makes his way to the left wing, throws up a 3, but it's blocked by LeBron, and that's it. An unforgettable season ends in heartbreak for the MVP. But one thing's for sure, this isn't the last time we're gonna hear from this kid. Derrick Rose is the future, He carried his team to a deep playoff run and won the MVP at just 22 years old. 2011 was just a stepping stone. The kid has his entire future in front of him.
Rose came down bad on his left foot. See him holding onto his knee and down. He was flying and he came down wrong on the left foot. Now whether it was an ankle or a knee, I do not know.
In another life,
That's the injuries, man.
this may have been different.
The damn injuries.
Finds Rose. Rose trying to get open, fires away. It's over. The Bulls win at the buzzer. 44% from the field, 17 for 39. What a move by Rose. Yes, and it counts.
Why can't I be the MVP of the league? Why can't I be the best player in the league? I don't see why.
Yeah.
Why?
Why not? When you live in Derrick Rose. Another amazing video by Post2K, man. Beginning to end, I love this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this too, man. I mean, like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm gonna leave the link to this video in the bio. It's just a shame. It's a shame that Derrick Rose's career had to end that way, you know, with the injuries and everything. Just sucks, man. Honestly, it just sucks. But yeah, you know, he made the most out of it. Youngest MVP. Man was flying. One-man army. But yeah, it's sad to see how it ended. And it was sad to see how it ended, like, you know, with the, you know, in the game against Miami. Unfortunate, man. But yeah, Derrick Rose, man, Derrick Rose. So Derrick Rose here he's played with the Memphis Grizzlies, Detroit Pistons, Cleveland Cavaliers, New York Knicks, Minnesota Timberwolves, and then he's, you know, known for his time with the Chicago Bulls. During his career, MVP, just like we saw in the video, 2011 MVP, All Rookie First Team in 2009, All NBA First Team 2011, Rookie of the Year in 2009, man. Incredible player, incredible performer. Shame that his career had to end too early because of the injuries. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. But look, Derrick Rose fans, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Chicago fans, people from Chicago. I don't know if you have any Chicago viewers here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you guys have any other recommendations, suggestions for Derrick Rose, you do let me know in the comments or join the Discord, links in the bio. Send me some videos, some stats. Let me know more about Derrick Rose. And until the next video, guys, you take care. Stay safe. Keep on grinding. Much love all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. See y'all soon.